Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to work a lot with the hips, mostly on some mobility things. And this entire practice can be done lying down. So when you're ready, make your way onto your backs and we will meet there. We'll start in a constructive rest shape. So lying on your back, take your feet a little bit wider than your hips and allow the knees to come in to touch. Once you have that set up, hands can come to rest. Maybe they're on your belly if that's comfortable for you. Maybe let them rest by your sides. If it's comfortable in the space that you're in, you can close your eyes. Just take a few slow breaths here. Nice full breaths in and out through the nose. Just taking a moment to check in with yourself. Settle the body, settle the mind. Take one more slow breath in through the nose. Fill the body. Exhale, slowly let it out. At the end of that exhale, flutter the eyes open. Just take a few small movements here. Maybe just move your head side to side. Maybe a windshield wiper the knees side to side. Just start to wake up those hips, see how they're feeling. Settle back into stillness. Bring your knees in towards your chest. You can hold on behind the shins. Start to bring the knees in a little bit closer. If it feels good on the spine, you can rock side to side. Maybe give your low back a little bit of a massage. Settling in towards stillness, you can release the knees, let the feet come down to the mat. This time, set the feet up about hips width distance. Your toes should face forward. Maybe your hands can touch your heels. If they don't quite touch, just walk the feet back a little bit closer to the hips. Finding 3 gentle bridge postures to start, just warming up your spine. So press down through the feet. Use the inhale, start to lift the hips up. Just see how the spine feels, see how the legs feel. Use the exhale, slowly lower everything down. Take your time. We'll do that back bend 2 more times. Use the inhale, lift the hips, press down through the feet. Take another breath. Exhale, slowly lower everything back to the mat. Once more, use the inhale, start to lift the hips, find that back bend. Take another breath. Exhale, slowly lower everything down. This time you might windshield wiper the knees side to side again. Set up for a gentle twist. So you'll bring your knees towards your chest, but this time let the shins hover so that they are parallel with the ground. You can use your hands to help you here if you want. Left hand on the outside of that left thigh. Take the legs over to the right. That right knee might touch the mat, it might not. Maybe it's here. Maybe you bring a little prop to support that right leg. Once you have the leg situated, maybe you even open up through the chest, adjust the shoulders so that the left shoulder comes down. You might even take the left arm to the left, look to the left, maybe even bring the right hand on top of that left thigh. Take another breath. Slowly release. Bring everything back through center. Take your time. Eventually, the knees come in towards the chest. The shins hover for a moment. Left hand outside of the right thigh. Take the legs over to the left. Make those adjustments. Maybe settle that right shoulder down. You could take the right arm to the right. If you ran out of space, you can also cactus that right arm at 90-degree bend. Take a few breaths. And slowly start to unwind. Bring everything back through center. Keep the knees bent. Plant the feet down. You're going to extend your left leg out long. Bring your right hand around the right shin, maybe towards the knee. Start to hug just the right knee in towards the chest. Give it a nice tight squeeze. You might even bring that right thigh on the outside edge of the right rib so that you think about the knee coming towards the shoulder or the armpit. Stay for another breath. Slowly back off, but keep a hold of that right shin or right knee. Start to find some small hip circles. 3 times in a clockwise direction. Keep the hand on the knee. Go slowly. Once you do 3 clockwise, take it counterclockwise. The circles might not be as big as they could be if your hand wasn't directing the movement. Don't worry about that. Just stay with it. After that third counterclockwise circle, then release the hand. Same circles 3 times, but this time just allow that right leg, that right hip to open up a little bit more. 3 times clockwise. And then 3 times that other direction. Good. Once you do that, hug the knee back in towards the chest. Hold on to that right shin. See if you can lift the lower part of your leg up and try to hold on to that right foot. So you might hold on to the outer edge of the right foot. Maybe it's the inner edge. Maybe you can't quite reach the foot and you're holding on behind the thigh. But the idea here is to bring that right thigh close to the chest and keep the right shin, that right calf, perpendicular, straight up and down. Maybe even flex the right foot. If you have a hold of the foot, you can start to think about bringing that knee a little closer down in this half happy baby shape. Slowly start to back off. Bring the right foot down for a moment. Bend the left knee, plant that left foot. Lift your right leg, cross that right ankle over the left thigh, just below the knees. You're coming into a figure 4 stretch. Right hand onto the right thigh. Flex the right foot. Maybe just press that right knee away from you. There might already be a lot of sensations here for you in the right hip. If that's you, stay here. No need to do anything else. This is plenty. If you need more, you can bring your hands behind the left thigh, interlace those fingers, start to bring the left thigh in towards the chest. If you're taking that option, try not to let the hips lift off the mat. So try to keep the hips down, shoulders down. Stay for a couple more breaths. Whichever version you chose, slowly start to back off. Release the hands, left foot comes down. Uncross the legs for a moment. Extend the left leg out long. Lift the right leg so that that shin is hovering just above the mat. There's a 90-degree bend in that right knee. Take your right hand inside of the right thigh. Take your left hand, place it on top of the left hip. You want that left hip to stay down as you start to open that right leg out to the right. You can keep that right foot flexed, the right knee, the right shin might not reach the mat. That's okay. That is not the intention or the point. The point is just open up through that right hip a little bit. Slowly bring that right leg back through center. Maybe a quick counter stretch. You can take the left hand, bring that right leg over to the left, just a little twist across the body. And then slowly release. Plant the right foot down, bend the left knee, plant the left foot, extend the right leg out long. We'll do the left side. Take your hands, hug the left knee in towards the chest. Make it a nice tight squeeze. Imagine the left knee coming towards that armpit. Slowly back off. Keep the left hand on the shin or the knee. Find those circles. Small circles. Start going clockwise 3 times. Hand stays on the leg, directing the movement. Once you do 3, take it the other direction. Counterclockwise 3 times. Moving slowly. Take your time to explore. Good. Same circles, but this time with the hand resting down. So 3 times, maybe they're larger circles this time, exaggerate the movement a little bit. 3 clockwise circles. Eventually 3 counterclockwise circles. Lead the movement with the knee. Let the hip open all directions. After that 3rd circle, set up that half happy baby. You might even bend the right knee first to set this up. Left hand can hold the outside edge of the foot, inside edge of the foot. Maybe you're holding on behind the left thigh. You can keep that right knee bent. You can extend the leg out. The idea here is, again, just to get that left shin perpendicular with the mat, with the floor. So find your version here. Hold on to whatever is most accessible for you. Think about the knee coming towards the armpit, towards the mat. Slowly start to back off. You can bring the left foot down, rebend that right knee. Right foot will stay planted. Left leg lifts. Left ankle over the right thigh, setting up your figure four stretch. So left hand into the left thigh. Stay here if the sensations are enough for you here. I want you to be able to breathe comfortably and find just a little bit of a stretch. If you need more, you can always bring the hands around the right thigh, hug the knees in towards the chest. Slowly start to back off. Lower the right foot down and cross the legs. Extend the right leg out long. Bring that left knee towards the chest. Let the shin hover. Find that 90-degree bend. Left hand inside of the left thigh. Start to take that left leg to the left. Maybe your right hand is on top of the right hip. Again, that left knee might be hovering. The left heel might be hovering. It's okay. Take a few more breaths. Bring that left leg back through center. Again, maybe a quick counter stretch. So right hand could direct the left leg over to the right. Maybe there's a little twist. Maybe the leg comes across the body. Bring everything back through center. Plant both feet down. Feet are about hips width distance, maybe just a little bit wider. Arms by your sides, toes forward. 3 bridge postures, maybe a little more active this time than that first round. So press the feet down. Start to lift the hips. Maybe you roll the shoulders underneath this time. Maybe you interlace the fingers. Maybe you press down through the forearms. Take a couple of more breaths. Slow, steady breaths. Slowly release the hands. If the fingers were interlaced, start to bring yourself all the way back to the mat. Maybe you windshield wiper the knees side to side in between. We'll do that 2 more times. Set up the feet, set up the arms, use the inhale, lift the hips. Make whatever adjustments you need to with the hands and the arms. Press through all 4 corners of the feet, lift the chest higher. Take one really slow breath in. And then exhale, slowly release. Control the movement on the way down. Once the hips touch, you can windshield wiper the knees side to side. Do it one more time. Feet planted, arms by your sides. Press the feet down. Start to lift the hips. 5 full breaths here. Nice and slow, in and out through the nose. Focus on the length of the inhales. Focus on really slow exhales. 3 more breaths. Two more. Last one, lift the hips a little higher, press through the feet. With the exhale, slowly lower everything back to the mat. Take your time. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Maybe hug the knees in towards the chest this time. You can give yourself a squeeze. Start to really start to extend the legs out long. Reach the arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. You might even wiggle the legs and the hips side to side. And then set up for your inversion. So you could take this as a legs up the wall. And to do that, you'll get really close to a wall with one hip. Lean onto the forearms, swing the legs up and around so that the wall is supporting your legs. You don't have to support yourself. Use your core to stabilize and find that balance. If this is a lot on the hamstrings or you can't quite get close enough to the wall to make it work, bring your legs up on some kind of supported surface. So that could, I'm sorry, elevated surface. So that could be a chair, could be a couch, could be a little end table, whatever you have nearby. Just something to get the legs elevated. So once you have the legs lifted, make it comfortable. Let the arms rest. Maybe they're by your side, maybe they're on your belly. If it's comfortable in the space that you're in, you might close the eyes. Start to slow the breathing. Settle the body. Settle the mind. Let the breath fall into its natural pattern. And take rest. I invite you to stay in this shape, stay in your resting posture for as long as you have time for. When you are ready to come out slowly. Begin to draw your attention back to your body. Maybe start with a few deeper breaths. Finding some gentle movements. Maybe it's wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe your head moves side to side. Working towards any sort of larger movements that help you to make your way out of the shape that you're in. And eventually coming all the way up to a comfortable seated posture. Once you get there, close your eyes. Take your hands to heart center. Take one last breath together. Inhale slowly through the nose. Exhale completely. Bring your hands to your forehead center. Peace onto you. Peace onto me. Peace onto the earth. Thank you so much for joining. I hope to see you again on your mat soon.